raise up another. It's the way of the great revelation. Reach low, raise up another. Lift up and raise an elevation. Reach low, raise up another. It's the way of the great revelation. It's the way of the great revelation. It's the way of the great revelation. Hello, lovely people. Hopefully you are having a good day. Check out my cool new shirt. It says, "Love is my religion." I love it. It has a little girl meditating in there as well. Hopefully you are having a good day. It is a rainy but beautiful day here at the meeting place of heaven and earth. I got the lake here behind me and it is nice and serene. There were some ducks over there earlier enjoying some snacks. The birds have been chirping all morning happily, and so it is really nice to be in this energy. God and Goddess, thank you so much for all of these beautiful creatures around me and for the lake and for all of the various forms of nature that surround us here in Mount Shasta that we can enjoy and connect with. Thank you so much for all of the daily needs that you provide for us, giving us clean air and water and food. Thank you so much for providing for our needs. Please help those that need things. Help us to be put into positions where we can help them and be the hands and feet of mercy for you in this world. Please help us to remember why we came here and to be kind and loving to others while we help to awaken humanity and restore Eden's garden. In the name of Elohim, I pray. Amen. I'm going to just throw my jacket on real quick. Today on the Nasrian calendar, I feel like I'm being messed with my days here, but hopefully I have been doing them properly. Today is Friday, so that means it is Mother Earth Day. So the meditation here on our screen. Our God and Goddess, immanent and transcendent, send to all your angel of peace. To your earthly kingdom, send the angel of joy and help us be joyful and peaceful and radiate that love. It's not something that we just pray for. It is being that and finding ways that we can bring that kind of energy to be restoring heaven on earth. That's what this is meant to be. It's supposed to be heaven as earth, and we're supposed to be enjoying this beautiful garden with the animals and just experiencing that existence, consciousness, and bliss and the expansion of that. That's the way of Yah. And this death world is because we fall into the way of Satan, the way of death. And because of that fall, there's a need of raising, and that is where us Nazareans come in. Woohoo! Let's raise up one another. Deity says, raise up one another. Exactly. That was what I was thinking too. Love the cool shirt. Thank you. Yeah, I love this. When I was in middle school, I started listening to this band called Never Shout Never, and the lead person had stuff that was like, "Love is my religion." And so I started taking that on in word only, not actually in deed. And so it's cool now that I've come back around to that and I'm like actually living it now. But it's fun that my soul was already connecting with it back then as well. It's cool to see different parts of our soul shining through and trying to awaken us and trying to, just be under all of the different things in this world. Kyle says, a whiteboard. Yes, I do have a whiteboard here. Da, 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 da. I will shift over because in the next few chapters, we're going to be talking about, well, not next few, but in a little while in the Holy God spell, we're going to be talking about sacred geometry and talking about, all the different shapes and how the one became the two and how they are both crowned in Yah, right? So it's the monad, the duad, and the triad. And that is how everything started off. That is what we are and what all things is. That's why it's on the front of the Holy Megillah, right? So I'm super excited about this. But once I started actually starting to draw these things, I realized that it was going to be a little bit hard to show them in a 3D way. So I also acquired, this is from Amazing Gemstone for Amazing You. Certificate of Authenticity. I saved this to open with you, but I know that these are quite tiny. But at least it will, oh, they're all individually wrapped. That is definitely a waste of paper. But these are actually smaller than even they were in the picture. These are definitely way smaller than I was expecting. Okay, well, I'm going to have to give them a review. But look at how tiny it is. Good thing this camera is good. We have the pyramid, right? And sorry, I know this is not in view, but on the bottom of the pyramid, well, this one doesn't even show it properly. So I'm going to have to return these. You live and you learn. Okay, anyways, on the bottom of this ends up being the face of a cube because, well, I can't demonstrate it. And that's why I was really hoping that these would do the trick. But alas, they won't. So lesson learned. Super excited about this stuff, though, and being able to share this stuff. Geometry was actually my favorite form of math, and I really excelled at it, and I really love the teachings in the Holy Megillah that we are going to get into about this and how all of these things fit together. We've already read in the story of creation how all of these sacred geometries were part of the creation of this world, and also numbers and speaking, of course, in the divine dance. So we'll get into all of that in the future. I'm super excited, disappointed about the crystals, but super excited about this. And the other thing that I got, hey, Dave. Dave says, great shirt. Thanks, Dave. Woohoo. Love is my religion. I got this on Amazon, actually. So, yeah. Dave D says, now you are a real teacher. Oh, thanks. And David, oh, that's funny. Dave says, whiteboarding in the wilderness. I love that. Maybe I should do a little spin-off channel and go on hikes and just, plant this in there and be like, so everyone, this is how government is running our world. Okay. So the last thing that I have to share with you regarding my new tools, I'm super excited about this, is a sprouting kit. You may remember that I opened a sprouting kit a while ago, maybe a few weeks back, and it was a metal tray, which I actually haven't gotten to because I have gone to Florence and have been traveling, and I didn't have time to tend to a garden at that point. Microgreens garden. But Priestess Therese told me that she has a very extensive experience with sprouting. And the best thing that she had found was actually this system of sprouting. So I took her advice and have now acquired this sprouting kit. It comes with little covers. It comes with 2 mason jars, by the way. So that's a nice thing. These little covers, let me make sure you can see that. They are screens. So basically, you get some sprouts. Ooh, nice catch. You guys didn't see that, but I almost lost it. I got these as sprouting seeds a while back. This is organic alfalfa, clover, broccoli, and radish. Take a tablespoon or so of these, I believe. Let me just... Anyways, put some in here, I think a tablespoon or 2, and then rinse them, then drain it. And they made this cool little tray to make that easy. I should do Amazon unboxing videos. Just kidding. This is unboxing Amazon in the wilderness. So the lid would go on here, and you would be able to set it on here, and then water would naturally drain out into this little tray and catch it. I gave one of these to a friend, and they already have sprouts growing, and I'm like, oh, that's so exciting to see how fast they actually grow. One of the reasons that I wanted to start sprouting is like this bag. When I found it online. It actually said that they can sprout within 5 to 7 days. If there is a situation where food scarcity becomes a problem, having food that you can eat immediately is important. Obviously, if you know me, you know that I have food preparations that are stored, but that's not really so much focus on live food. And obviously, growing any sorts of other plants is going to take time. So let's say the food stuff, shortage starts tomorrow. Within 5 to 7 days, I can have something that is edible. And I know that I can personally fast for quite a long time. So yeah, all of these things mixed together. I would love to share this with you when I actually get started so that you can see how these things are going. Right now, my situation is a little bit off grid. And so having the ability to properly care for my sprouts is not always available. So, anyways, I'm so excited about this whiteboard and all of the other things. More about the crystals, but whatever. So much excitement and things. Let me know if you have any experience in sprouting and any tips or tricks. Yesterday, Dave and I met with a lovely lady that runs the Regenerative Arts Day Camp so that we could discuss the Shasta Vegan community sponsoring. Well, technically, we're actually going to be starting something new. It's started with everything here started with the Shasta Vegan community, and things have kind of blossomed from there. Now, mainly, I'm kind of moving under the umbrella of the Green Lion Army, which would incorporate the Shasta Vegan community, but it's also incorporates the vegetarians of the Nazarene community. So a little bit different approach, but what I was coming back to say is that we basically came up with starting the Shasta Gardening Club and having at least quarterly meetups where we would have the lovely lady who runs the place teach us. One of the first classes that I would want to do is a sprouting class. So ideally, people would come and leave with one of these that has the sprouts in it that's ready to go, with the knowledge to know how to continue this when they go home by themselves. Other kinds of we brainstormed yesterday about other kinds of projects and stuff as well. Focusing on gardening and really feeding people, getting people to feed themselves has become a big priority for me. So I'm hoping, praying, and affirming, I should say, that the divine will provide all of the funds to get this started. These things, this gardening type thing, outreach would be a paid thing. Obviously, if we're going to be investing materials to get those, people pay a certain amount and then you leave with that material as well. So it is more of a business thing rather, well, not technically business. It's still the mission, but there is money involved with that in that regard, but it kind of has to be at this point, especially if I want to make some bigger moves. I've tried, for a long time, and obviously my full moon events are still going to be free and different things like that. But I am accepting more of the financial stuff to be provided by God and Goddess in whatever way they want to make that happen. And I'm happy to receive it and put it back towards the mission. So yeah, anybody that is around me knows that my resources all go towards all of the things that I am doing, and I don't have enough resources to do what I want to do, let alone, I'm saying I can't even do my sprouting stuff at home because I don't have all like running water sometimes just doesn't, like, things break. So my system is a little bit not reliable. So we're working on that and other things here in Shasta, and we'll see where everything goes. I'm happy to be alive at this time and be able to be here, Mount Shasta, be here with you, and get to share my platform with everybody and the knowledge that has changed my life. Anyways, I'm going to jump off of here, and it looks like it is going to start raining, so I need to move inside, but I hope that you have a wonderful day. I am still working on the slides for the next chapter of the Holy Megillah, so that is in the works. I do have, like, a life that isn't fully focused on the Megillah stuff. So it's not like fast tracking getting that stuff done. I apologize. But I am human right now. So right now we all are. Cool. All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow, perhaps for the reading of the next chapter. If not tomorrow, we will plan it for Sunday for sure. So that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful day. May God and the goddess bless you.